Hello! Well, thanks for coming back, and thanks very much for all the positive response to the last episode. In this episode, we're going to be taking out all of the old timbers, that's the ribs of the boat, and replacing them with new ones. Oh yeah, and there's a bit of archaeology too. Next one. Next one's all right here.
And it's busted over here.
Oh, is it busted?
I think it's busted on the rivet there.
Okay. Good to go on. So the plan here is to replace these, which I think technically are called in-rails, these things here. Rails here.
I told you that.
Oh, I think I read it in a book. The reason we're doing that is because they're slightly out of shape anyway. We need to take them off in order to get at the timbers underneath. They were never brilliant. I think this might be the second. No, is this the second time we've replaced this or the first time?
I think it's the first time we replaced these. Yeah.
We
replaced these
about
25 years ago.
We did this repair a few years ago where there was this bit that was rotted out, and we scarfed in this, and look at that. That's a very good scarf, I have to say. She's gonna look amazing when she's finished. People will row across from Limpston.
It's got to say Limpston here.
And say, do you know what? This year we're going to go across from Limpston.
See that boat.
We'll see that boat. Right, how many nails have you managed to salvage there?
All of them. 4.
Good.
1, 2, 3, 4.
4 copper nails. That is
4 copper.
Massive expense.
It is. What are you doing, John?
I'm just right. So we've got to remove the. In order to get to the timbers that we want to take out, we have to remove the thwarts so that we can get these stringers out, so that we can actually get into the timbers to remove them. So taking the thwarts out is important.
So you're actually cutting through the nails between the knee and the thwart.
Yeah.
Which you have now done.
Brilliant.
Successfully. I'll probably move her aft. Yeah.
You're just thinking there, Connor, you'd have to go in a minute and put some tickets on some cars, won't you, with your high-vis jacket?
Yeah. I know, it's the power of the high-vis jacket, actually. There's a whole film to be made about that. Yeah. I walked across to the car park where I parked the car, and obviously...
Everybody ran away from you?
No, a bloke ran up to me and said, "I'm just going to get change," he said. I gave him a quizzical look and walked on saying nothing. Yeah.
Oh, what's going on here? That's it. Brilliant.
Lovely.
So that's the reason that we're replacing these ribs. This one here and this one here actually is broken right the way through. Right, now here, this is fascinating, look, because these two
Young fellas.
photos show Elsie being originally done up by these couple of young blokes here. And that must have been 25 years ago at least, if not 26 years ago. At least.
Must have, at least.
Yeah. And there she is, coming out of the old workshop, ready to go
By hand,
into the water.
out.
Yeah. And she looks great, doesn't she?
She does.
So all of these ribs, all of these lovely fresh ribs, have now worn down completely and we have to replace them. And the great thing is, it's kind of like doing sort of archaeology on yourself. Because,
What?
well, it is, because these old bits of ancient rib that are all kind of worn away.
Ancient's a bit strong, but
I can't even remember doing them or anything. So it's like you're redoing the work of some kind of long lost, forgotten boat builder who happened to be yourself.
Well, I can remember we were both teaching at the time, and I can remember coming home smelling of linseed oil. And at night, you know,
Yeah.
in weeknights,
Yeah.
the odd weeknight.
They used to say that, the kids.
No, they didn't.
Mr. McGee's all right, but he smells a bit of Stockholm tar.
That's a bit of Stockholm tar and linseed oil, except at least we know he's waterproof, they used to say.
And that transom there,
Yeah.
so this
That's the original
transom,
repair.
that's the original transom, but a few years ago we cut the transom
time
off
she was
there
there.
because it was rotting and replaced it. So if we go down the end of the boat, we can see,
This is your archaeology kit, right?
this is the archaeology,
Oh, right.
we can see the repair that this boat builder did. He must have thought that transom's rotting away, so I'm going to repair it. I feel a bit like I'm Tony Robinson.
I was
now.
going to say, it's a bit like, except we haven't got a trench.
I'm a bit like I'm in the Time Team, and I'm Tony Robinson.
Meanwhile, over in Trench 1.
Yeah, let's just go on down the boat here, down, and we'll see what's down the end of the boat. Oh, look, there's some, there's some robes that have been replaced. Carla, what are you doing there, replacing those robes? Why are you doing that?
Well, because the old ones were knackered.
Yeah, okay, great. Now, further on down the boat.
They come to John in the transom.
Oh, look, there's a bit of an old cloth on the fort there. Why is that there?
That's because it's my rubbing rag. I was wiping my hands afterwards.
Oh, right, okay. And tell me, why have you put these? Actually, no, I don't think it's quite a hot pass style.
Well, we put those marks on it because
Yeah.
John told me to.
Yeah, I don't think it's really our style, is it?
It's a bit too dynamic for us.
Yeah, it's a bit too much
punchy,
energy.
bit too punchy.
I think if you want the Time Team, you're better off going to
The Time Team.
the Time Team, really. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the story behind this. I tracked down through a number of phone calls the original boat builder, who was a lovely guy called John Daniel, and he lived in East in the Water in Bideford, and I phoned him up and he was delighted. So I went up to see him and told him that we were doing up the boat, and he told me all about building it and how he built it, and how he used to use it for salmon fishing up in North Devon. And then as I left, he gave me this plaque. And he said that his workmates, because he was only like a part-time boat builder, he said his workmates had that plaque made up for him, and he'd never put it on the boat. So then when we got back, we put that plaque on the boat, and it's remained there to this day. Built by John Daniel, boat builder, Bideford.
Take the right way up. I don't know.
That's it. Nice and tight. Try and get it, that's it, in between those chalk ones.
Happy?
Yeah, that's good, isn't it?
Right way up.
That's it. There he is.
What are we going in here?
Yeah. See them. Where's my pencil mark?
Slightly more resistant one. Yeah, it's going.
Got enough here. Good. These sort of simple little clamps work rather well. It's just a screw with a washer and then going into a block, and the screw will come in from the other side of the hole with the washer against the plank. It should appear through there, which it does, and then that block will go on there. Just take that out a bit more, tighten that up into the block, draws together, pulls together the plank, the block and the frame, and then when we come to put the nails and rows in, by the time we've done all the others, just simply take these out and replace them. It's quite a nifty little system, for which I take absolutely no credit, and is yet another example of the wonderful Lyme Regis Boat Building Academy, their fantastic course in boat restoration, which is a week long, where I picked this idea up from. What a great place that is. Right, you ready?
No, I don't know where I am.
It's on that one there, look. No, that one there, look.
Oh, right, hold on.
Yeah. Got 'em?
Oh, well, get me other glove as well.
I can't hear you, got me earphones on.
What?
I said I got my earphones on, I can't hear you. Right, that one there. Right, now because we've got earphones on and we can't hear each other, we've over time developed this incredibly complicated system of communicating, haven't we? So would you just like to explain it, how it works, Connor?
Yeah, what happens is that John puts his finger on a rivet. I then displace his finger.
Like that.
I then displace his finger with my dolly.
Yeah, like that.
Like that. John then taps it and tells me I'm on the wrong rivet.
Yeah, it's this one here, look.
But I can't see it. And neither of us can hear it.
Right. So you might wonder why we're using such long nails, and the answer is because we're replacing the old nails. We needed to use a gauge that was thicker, and the only length we could get that was this thickness was these overly long nails, which is incredibly frustrating because it means that every nail is wasting that much copper, which is
Expensive.
very expensive. There's a little bit of flecks of paint left against the side of the plank there, and we can begin to see different layers and different colours. Obviously there's a Stockholm tar and linseed oil layer, which is what Connor and I have been putting on over the last 25 years, but before that there's a yellow paint, a horrible yellow paint. So at some point the inside of the boat was painted yellow. When we picked the boat up, the whole inside was actually white, but the outside was blue, and then beneath that yellow paint there's a layer of grey, and actually, or a kind of bluey grey. The original photograph of the boat finished in John Daniel's workshop is that colour. So that's the remains there. That bluey grey, I think, is the remains of the original paint that he put on Elsie, all revealed in that little fleck of paint. Come on, you can do it. Like, subscribe. Well, there it is. Hopefully that's the last rivet, last roven nail sorted out. All the timbers are put in now, and Elsie is beginning to look a lot more sturdy. I really like this mixture of the kind of the new and the old. I think she's going to look great. Well, that's it. Thanks very much for watching. Next time we're going to be putting in the gunnels, and we're going to be sorting out the thwarts, and we're going to be moving closer as the weather starts to get more spring-like. We're going to get closer and closer to getting her back in the water. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.